certain expectations of the taxpayers from a transfer pricing point of view, and I'll talk about the 4 key expectations of the taxpayers from an APA program point of view. So the first expectation is that while the APA program is running well and is a successful program of the government, but the businesses are looking at a faster turnaround and a speedier resolution of APAs. So currently there is no statutory deadline for finalizing an APA, and it will be good to have provisions in law if the government could consider introducing a statutory deadline for finalizing an APA. That's one. Second is also in terms of coverage of APAs. So presently APAs only cover international transactions, but with more and more companies opting for the concessional tax regime, it's expected that the transfer pricing coverage of these domestic transactions would increase, and therefore it might be considered effective if APAs could also consider and include domestic transactions in their purview. So that will help businesses get certainty and speedier resolution and avoid disputes altogether. From an APA point of view, the third expectation is that currently the APA provisions do not allow the giving effect of APA outcomes in case the taxable profits go below book profit. So that's another expectation which might be considered, that once an APA is agreed, there should be no restriction on what the book profits are and how much should be the outcomes of the APA to be enacted or to be taken effect of. The last expectation also is that foreign companies should be allowed to modify their tax returns which they file in India to give effect to APAs which have been agreed by their group companies, so that there is lesser duplication and effort involved. And once a transaction has been agreed in one APA of the Indian group company, the foreign company may be allowed to modify its tax return accordingly. So these are some of the expectations which are there, and if the government could consider them, that will really help businesses.